Hey, what's up you guys? It is the little onion that could, and welcome back to my channel. So, we are in the midst of Dark Road and we are plunging into its mysteries. Now, as you can see from the coming soon part, I have finished everything that the main scenario has had to offer thus far. And I've basically been spending all day leveling up my character, leveling up Xehanort, unlocking things and seeing how far I can get with the game and trying to understand everything. So this is what this video is going to be. I'm just gonna go over everything that I've seen and everything that I think would be helpful to you guys. So this is kind of gonna be like a tutorial-esque video. I know the tutorial tab is literally right down there in how to play, but I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth with this shit. So let's get started.
Yeah, get into it! Please!
So when you open up the game, you'll probably be greeted with this screen after you get through the tutorial parts. So this is just the home page. In the top left corner, you've got the world selection, and right now there's only
Wonderland and Agrabah.
Oh Lord. Again. A fucking again. Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit. Do I look like a monkey?
Please!
We'll see what other worlds open up. I have a feeling it's probably just gonna be the Union Cross worlds, but we'll see. And right below it, you can change the rank of the world to fit whatever difficulty you feel like you need. In the world battle mode, which is what you're gonna be using primarily to farm battle points and to level up Xehanort, that tab is right down here. And then at the top of the screen, we've got little icons. So as you can see, one is flashing. That is for battle points. I have 25,960 right now. Part of that is from farming and everything, and part of that is also from quest keys, which I will explain later when we get into the shop. Right next to it, you have card draw tickets, which I only have one right now, and that is from a mission objective that I had completed. And then of course my jewels, which,
By the way, y'all,
jewels are shared between Union Cross and this game, so don't think that they're separate entities. Any jewels that you spend in Dark Road will be spent in Union Cross, or vice versa.
It's pure evil.
And you can also change your Keyblade wielder. You can change from Hermod, Bragi, Erd, or Vor. This is actually going to be important when you need to employ different strategies against different enemies. So some enemies have certain weaknesses, like against fire or thunder or water, etc., etc. So you could use like Erd versus the rest of them because her style is literally Blizzard, and there are enemies that are weak to Blizzard. But anyway, continuing on, let's actually talk about the card system and the battle system. So basically you have three different colors of cards, red, blue, and green. They're separated between attack, defense, and magic cards. You can only have one copy of each kind of card.
One copy. What are my twins gonna do with that?
share. Hi, sisters.
So you can only have one blue Abu or one blue mini. Any copies that you get will be used to power up the original card, and each card can be powered up 10 different times. And after that, any copies that you get, you can choose to convert them to battle points or shop points. I recommend you convert them to shop points, but we will talk about that when we go into the shop. I have been using the optimize button right down here in order to optimize the cards. At this point, it doesn't really matter because I don't have enough cards to fill out my deck or to make different setups. It looks like the maximum amount of cards you can have is 30, and I barely have that. I think I have like 24 or 25. When you make more builds, you can change your deck. You can use the sorting tab, which is pretty intuitive, to figure out what cards you need and all of that. And you can further separate between offensive, defensive, and then magic cards, which are delineated by different little icons. So this one is a defense card, and it's blue. Remember, the colors don't really mean anything. Don't think it means power, speed, or magic or anything. Ignore the colors. The colors are really important for only one aspect of the game. All right, so as far as the battle system goes, it's pretty straightforward. Basically, you flick 3 cards up of the same color in order to have the maximum amount of attack. You can attack with 3 cards that aren't the same color, but you will do less damage. Make sure you do it quickly. the enemies attack at specific times, and you can also run out of cards from your deck, at which point you will have to quickly tap the screen. If you are in auto mode, it will do this slow as fuck, and you will die against a powerful enemy.
Bye, pumpkin.
So make sure you're aware of that. But yeah, that's all that the colors have to do with anything. It's literally you just match the colors in order to maximize your attack. Now, specific cards have certain abilities, and in order for the ability to go off, you have to activate that card first. So let's say I want to activate Dark Break, that has to be first in the chain. If it's anywhere else in the chain, it will not activate. Let's say I have Dark Break and then Cure in the same 3 cards. Whichever one is first, that ability will activate. Both of them will not activate, only one will.
There can be only one! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
And then you have the bonus time, which is something that activates after the yellow gauge, which it might be kind of hard for you guys to see, but it's like right behind where the cards are. Once that fills up, the bonus time will activate and you will no longer have to match cards. You can just immediately go ahead and swipe. You will pretty much do as much damage as you can and everything will combo together. But for the effects of cards, you still need to activate them first if you want those to go off. Like I had mentioned earlier, you can use the auto button, but be mindful of that when you're facing powerful enemies because it will not always work. And the auto button also makes some poor decisions as well, and it will use cards when you may not want to use them. So like it will not save cures, it will immediately use them even when you are at full health. And then of course there may be moments where you end up dying. It's gonna happen at some point. You're gonna face an enemy that's gonna be difficult.
Some of these enemies have actually been really fucking hard.
No way. No way. Please!
If you do die, you can use a charm to revive yourself at full health. You can purchase charms at the shop. I wouldn't recommend that because it seems like they're being given out a little bit liberally. That might be just because we're beginning the game, but a lot of them are offered as mission objectives. If you do choose to revive yourself this way versus just quitting out of the battle, this does not reset your deck, so do remember that. So like if you've run out of cards,
You better tap that screen quick, honey.
defeating an enemy awards you with BP, and the amount that you get depends on the type of enemy that you're facing. You could get more, you could get less, depending on the level. And of course, you can face enemies in World Battle. You can do this continuously. World Battle is an endless fighting system, which I don't know why they thought this might be interesting. There's a lot of grinding that is involved in this and it's kind of annoying. But anyway, we'll talk about that in another video. You can farm BP from World Battle. You can get them from special events, which are right here. Basically, you can get BP from any type of battle, whether it's in World Battle, through the main scenario, or through an event. And of course, BP is used to level up Xehanort. That is the most important function that it has right now, though in the shop, it is suggested that you can use BP to buy things, but right now there's nothing available to purchase with BP, but there is a tab for it. And there's also one other way to get BP. You slowly accumulate BP just by playing the game, and when the tab is flashing like it is right now, you can just click it and you get BP. It's not that much, but it is something. Make sure you don't forget to actually click on it. So like I said, BP is used to affect Xehanort's stats. Once you level up, his HP is affected, strength, defense, magic, and magic resist. All of that gets affected. It seems to increase significantly after each level, which means that a lot of grinding is required in this. But as far as BP goes, there are some other alternatives we can explore. So the other way to also increase Xehanort's stats are through the album. So when you face an enemy, it automatically gets logged into the album, and you have a chance to get passive effects depending on the number of enemies of that specific type that you defeat. The highest passive effect that you can get seems to be platinum. The rest are bronze, silver, and gold. I'm just assuming that it's going to be platinum. And really it's just by playing the game, so you can really fill this out at your own pace. There are beginner missions which are only available for this 90-day period, so make sure you get this done. As you can see, I'm almost done with mine. I only have 2 more. I just need to get to level 20. And then also defeat 10 fat bandits, which that one is going to be fucking annoying. Then you have weekly missions. You get There's VIP, which you have to purchase VIP in Union Cross in order for that, monthly missions, and then of course event missions. And in these you can get BP, cards, jewels, card draw tickets, charms, and quest keys. And this is actually the only way to get card draw tickets right now, aside from purchasing VIP. So that brings me to the events tab, and I will talk about the first quest more in depth in a different video, but right now we're just gonna look at the different events. There's a winning streak event, so basically you have to fight 30 enemies in order to complete it. I have not completed it yet. I can only get like to 8 or 10 enemies in there so far because it's only Xehanort fighting. And then there's of course the feats of strength, which award you card draw tickets. The beginner one I was able to face. I haven't done the intermediate one or the advanced one, but I assume they are fucking difficult, so I haven't even touched them. There are 2 key icons up there. The one on the left, the silver key, is a quest key, and the other one I'm assuming is a type of quest key, but we don't have them in the game yet. So now let's talk about the shop. So this is the way that you can get cards. You can purchase cards in 2 different ways. You can either spend jewels on them, and you can draw 1 card with 300 jewels or draw 10 cards with 3,000 jewels, which I think more people are gonna go for. There's a free deal as well. This
Is utter shit.
because the draw odds aren't the problem, it's just what's being offered in the banner is bullshit. Use it to fill out your deck at the very least, but the cards that are being offered here are
Pretty much shit.
Tragic.
And you can also get cards within the card draw tickets, and you can spend 1 draw ticket or 10 draw tickets. And the specific thing about this one is that you can get better cards than you can from spending jewels. Already I can tell these draw tickets are gonna be pretty limited and pretty sought after because they're gonna really get you a chance at getting more powerful cards versus the normal banners with jewels. This could change later on, but I feel like they're gonna keep this system. So that was the draw tab. Now we're going to the items tab, which you can also purchase things in. You can purchase things here with jewels, or like I said, BP. I said earlier they're not offering anything right now, but make sure you keep in mind that BP will be eventually used to purchase things in the shop. And of course, shop points. So we're gonna get 100 shop points, I believe, as like a commemorative gift or whatever. And then the only other way I think in order to get shop points is from getting card duplicates. After you get 10 cards, any duplicates that you get converted into BP or shop points, which is why I would recommend you do shop points. There are other ways to farm battle points, but right now there's only a couple ways to do shop points. So I would prioritize shop points because they can get you some of the rare cards that are being offered in these draw deals, like key art number 1 and key art number 2. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, y'all. If you liked the video, you know what to do. But I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Please.